Hello guys, welcome back to She Code. So in our SQL series of solving lead code questions, I'm back with another brand new question. The number of employees which report to each employee. Okay, so let's start with the question. We have a table employees. This table contains 4 columns: employee ID, name, reports to, and age. Okay, here employee ID is the column with unique values, that is, and we have a name column, reports to column, and age column. Okay, now this table is containing information about the employees and the IDs of manager they report to. Some employees do not report to anyone, that is, their reports to will be null. Okay, so what we have to do is, for this problem we will consider a manager and employee who has at least one another employee reporting to them. Okay, so from this employee ID column only, there will be one person who is appointed as a manager and other employees are reporting to that employees. Okay, write a solution to report the IDs and the names of all managers, the number of employees who report directly to them, and the average age of reports rounded to the nearest integer. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to return the report, the IDs and the names of all the managers. Okay, the number of employees who report directly to them. So we have to return a count that how many employees are reporting to that manager, and the average age of reports rounded to the nearest integer. So we have to take the average of all the employees who are reporting to that manager. Okay, if you look at this example, we have example table 1 which has employees table. Okay, we have some employees with their name and whom they are reporting to and their age, and in the output table we have our output which is employee ID 9, because this employee is not reporting to anyone, but employee ID 6 and 4 are reporting to that manager. Okay, so we got the count that 2 employees are reporting to that manager, and the average age of both the employees is 39. Fine. Again, we have another table where we have some employees, their names, whom they are reporting to, and their age. So, according to the employees table above, we have employee ID 1, 2, 3 as managers, and there are 2, 2 and 1 employees. Like this is the count that total employees reporting to them, and we have their average ages. Okay, so let's understand the logic what we are going to apply over here to get the count, because employee we just have to calculate the reports count and average. Okay, for that we will create 2 aliases. Okay, have our employees table, we self join. Okay, why we are doing the self join? Because when we have to compare the data from the table itself, because this table contain we have to calculate the age. Okay, so we have to apply. So why are we using self join over here? Because we have to calculate the average. Okay, that means we have to apply aggregate function between the rows, comparing the rows. Fine, that's why we are applying a left self join. Okay, so for that I am creating 2 instances of this table. One is E and another one is R. Okay, for like these are the aliases. Okay, so for that we will be applying a left join. Okay, we will be doing a left join. Why left join? Because I am considering this E alias, this instance of table, as all the managers. Okay, and I am considering this instance of the table as all the employees who are reporting to the managers. Okay, this as a left table. Okay, and this alias as a right table. So whenever this left join will be applied to the employee table with these 2 aliases, what will happen is all the employees present in this E table will be considered whether they have any employee reporting to them directly or not. Okay, so this is the logic I am going to use in my solution, that I will create two instances of this table and calculate the count of all the employees reporting to the manager and their average ages. Okay, so let's start with our SQL query. First, I will select, as I said, I'll be taking two instances, E and R. So for that, we will select first E employee ID. Okay, fine. Then we will take E dot name. Fine. Then we have to calculate this reports count. Okay, so as I said, the E part of the table is all the managers and R part of the table is all the employees reporting to the managers. Okay, so we have to take the count of all the employees. So for that, we will be using a count function, okay, which will include R dot employee ID. And okay, we will name it as this column, that is reports count. Fine. Now next column is our average age. So it is very simple to calculate average as SQL provides a aggregate function average. So we will write, and that average age should be rounded. So we will first use a round function, inside which we will use our average function, which will calculate the age of all the employees. So again we will use the R part, the R instance, and age, R dot age as average age. Now from where we are taking all this data? From our employees table, okay, and employees E, because as said, we will be using two instances of this table. Okay, so employee E is one instance where we are taking all the managers, and we will apply left join, okay, on the another instance of the same table, which is R. Okay, and on what basis we are applying the left join? Because whenever you apply join on tables, okay, whether it be one table or two tables, there should be something in common between those tables. Okay, so here left join will be applied on the employees table when E dot employee ID is equal to R dot reports count. Okay, so when the employee ID in the E table is equal to the reports count on the R table, then we apply this left join and return us all these attributes. Okay, got it? We are applying left join on the basis of this condition that E dot employee ID should be equal to R dot reports to. In this way only we will get all the managers who are being reported by the employees, and then we will group the information. We will apply our group clause, group by, what should be grouped? E dot employee ID, E dot name. Okay, and having, and here this employee ID count should be greater than 0 in the R instance of the table. Okay, then only we will get to know that how many people are reporting to that manager. Okay, so we will use our count function, which will calculate the count, and count of what? Count of R dot employee ID. Fine, and it should be greater than 0. Okay, and then the last thing is, as said in question, that the result should be ordered by employee ID. Okay, so we will use our order by E dot employee ID. Okay, So our query is done. This is what we did in our query, and let's run it and check if it is correct or not. Okay, so our query is correct. We got our expected output. Let's understand again what exactly we did in this query. First, we created two instances, which is E and R. Okay, this E instance gives the information about managers. Okay, and this gives the information about all the employees reporting to that manager. Okay, so and after creating those two instances, we selected our employee ID column, we selected our name column, then we calculated the count of how many employees are being reported, and then we calculated their average age. Okay, then we applied the left join from E table to R table on the basis of what? On the basis of when employee ID is equal to the reports to column from both the tables. Okay, then we applied a group by clause to get the data in a group. Then we applied our having clause where the employee ID count should be greater than 0. Okay, in our R instance where we are measuring the employees who are reporting to the managers, and then order by. Okay, so let's submit it. To practice this same question in your lead code, let me know in comment section if there is a problem. Okay, do like the video, subscribe Sheet Codes if you haven't, and thank you. Bye bye. Happy coding.